Hello, hello, hello. So I wanted to do a video and I want to go over how to obtain a tax ID number. This is a step-by-step process on how to obtain your tax ID number as a business. If you are a business or if you're wanting to start a business, this is one of the requirements is to obtain a tax ID number. So the first thing I'm going to do is explain to you how to get to the page. So you would need to Google, they do have a website, but it's kind of long. So what you would need to do is Google how to get a tax ID number. So when you Google that, what's going to come up is, as you can see here, you see these are Google Ads. So all of these are Google Ads. As you can see, Google Ads, it says ad next to it. These are different companies who will pay you, or I'm sorry, you will have to pay them in order to obtain your tax ID number. So we don't want to do that. We want to get ours for free because it is it's free for you to get a tax ID number. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to Google that. Just know these, you will have to pay them. So I'm going to go to you want to go to the IRS website. So we're going to see if this is the one, irs.gov. So let's see. This is how the website should look when it's time to get your tax ID number. So let's see. We are looking for a button, but it is at the IRS website. So here it is. Apply for an employer identification number. So tax ID number is the same as an employer identification number. So just make sure it says apply for employee identification number. It is companies out here who will charge you to do this. But yeah, I've done this thousands of times. So I know how the page will look. One thing I do want to point out, these hours of operations Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. These also apply for online. So if you're trying to apply on the weekend, you will not be able to apply on the weekend. The website is shut down on the weekend. So just make sure you're doing it between the hours of 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern time, okay? So yeah, so what we're going to do is, you see this button, it should say, when you get to the IRS website, it will say apply online now. Apply online now. So this is where you are going to apply online. Click that button. Upon clicking that button, it is going to take you to the application to apply for your EIN or employer identification number. So when you get there, click the button, this little box is going to pop up. You're just going to click OK. And then you're going to click on the middle part where it says begin application. So we want to click that. So let me explain some things to you. One of the things I want to explain is the different entities. There are different entities that you would need to know which one to choose. So a sole proprietorship entity is basically where you want your name to be the business name. As a sole proprietor, you are the business yourself, individual. The individual is the business. You can't do like a DBA for the business name. So if I was to do a sole proprietor, my name would be the business, which is Trina Boyd, doing business as Babysitters Inc. or something like that. So you would do the same. If you wanted to do that, it's some pros and cons to that. Doing a sole proprietor, basically, the pro is you don't have to pay anything to start. I'm not going to go over how to incorporate or do any LLCs on here, just how to do your tax ID number. It's free to start. You don't have to do all that with a sole proprietor, but you are liable for anything. Partnerships are basically you and another person going into business together. So if you were to do that, you would choose a partnership. The next one is a corporation. Understand it's two different types of corporation. You have an S corporation and you have a C corporation. So I will probably do another video on the different like entities. But most of the time, a lot of people start off as a LLC. LLC is a form of a corporation. It's a limited liability. You can do individual or you can do a joint. An estate is a legal entity created as a result of a death. You know, the IRS want to tax everything. And then trust is basically a type of trust, including custodianship, guardianship, any trust, you would do that. But this wouldn't apply to you if you are a business. And then you also have additional types, including the tax exempt and government organization. So if you are applying for a nonprofit, this is what you would do. They just recently added this tab. I think it was last year. Yeah, I think it was last year when we did that, or when the IRS did that. But if you are looking for which one you want to do, so if you're trying to figure out which one you want to do, it will definitely depend on the business type that you are doing. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video, but go ahead and hit the subscribe button for some more educational tips. I am going to do a video on the different entities and which one you should do. But a lot of people do LLCs, but this is just the first step. You know, you have to do your paperwork through the state. So what I'm going to do is just choose an LLC. So it tells you what is a limited liability. LLC is a structure allowed by state statute. LLC is formed by filing articles of incorporation with the state of Secretary of State office. The LLC must be a unique state, blah, blah, blah. So that's basically what an LLC. It says LLCs are not incorporated and do not, what it is not. LLCs are not incorporated and do not file articles of incorporation. So we're just going to click on continue, just reading that part. So it's going to say how many members. So if you have 2 members, normally it's 1 to 2. So I'm just going to put 2 members. What state? I'm going to put North Carolina. You will put your state. And it says, please confirm your selection. Due to the number of LLCs, you're considered a multi-member LLC. So as you can see, that's basically what you are. Make sure you read the fine print. It says, since you are a multi-level LLC, you must initially classify as a partnership. If you do not wish to accept the default classification of partnership, you can file. And it says this form. Elect Form 88, and you can click on the form and it'll pop up for you. So we're just going to go back and change type. So just know if you do an LLC and you put more than 1 person, they're asking you to do a partnership. Make sure you got all your agreements and that kind of thing in position. So I'm just going to put 1 member for right now, and then I'm going to put the state of North Carolina. And then here we go. It says, since you are a single member LLC, you will initially be classified as a disregarded entity for the purposes of filing a federal tax return. If the only member of the LLC is an individual, the LLC income expenses are reported on a 1040. I already know that because I do taxes, but yeah. So that's going to say, why the LLC? Why are you requesting a LLC for EIN? You're going to either start a new business. So you're just going to put your first and your last name, and then you're going to put, I am one of the owners, members, whatever. So I'm going to stop share because you do have to put your social in. So I'm just going to stop share. You just basically put your information in. You put your first, middle name, last initial, and social. So I'm just going to stop share. So I can put this information in. I'm just going to click continue. So we're going to put that back. I'm going to share again, share screen. So here we are. So you're going to you can put your home address here. A lot of people don't have offices starting a new business. I understand that. So just put your home address and then put your cell phone number here. It says, do you have a different address, mailing address, you have an address different from the above you want mail sent to? If you do, you'll put yes. If not, all your mail will go to whatever address you put here. And then they always do this. So you accept as entered. And then they're going to ask you the name. So they're going to say, what's the name of your business? So I'm just going to put Babysitters Incorporated. I already have Babysitters Inc. And if you have a DBA, you'll put that here. I'm just going to put Babysitters of Charlotte. What county? Mecklenburg County. And then they're going to ask you the state. I'm in North Carolina. And then when did you start? Did you start it? I mean, some people start businesses and they don't have a tax ID number. So if you started last year, this year, it's ideal to do whatever the current year is. So we're just going to do that. And then they're going to ask you these questions. So a lot of people do get confused with the questions. Does your business have a highway? All of these questions are no, really. Gambling, quarterly federal, all this is no. If you're not, selling alcohol or tobacco or any of that. And that's a new business. A lot of people do not start off with W-2 or W-2 employees. So you're just going to put no for all of those. And then it's going to ask you, what does your business or organization do? So some of this stuff is not going to be on there. So if you don't see any of your activities on here, you're just going to put other and continue. And then they're going to ask you to specify. I'm a service, so I'm just going to put service. And then what kind of service? Put babysitting services for backup care. And then they're going to ask you, do you want to receive your letter online or by mail? So a lot of the times, 100% of the time, you want to receive it online. So I'm not going to click online because it's just a mock one for you all to see. So you're going to click online and then continue, and then it's going to generate your tax ID number. And that's basically it. You officially have your tax ID number. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I am going to be doing more videos on business reviews on different type of products. But yeah, that's basically it. The next video I'll probably do is going to be on the different entities and the pros and cons or on the different entities. So make sure you subscribe, and thank you all for watching.